let's just go down the scorecard of these two parties and these two franchises. We'll start with Ben Simmons. Good defense, horrendous offense, embarrassing moments in last year's playoffs. His head coach questions whether they can win a championship with him. And suddenly Ben Simmons is like, I can't trust these guys anymore. I can't play for you. You don't believe in me. I need somebody to believe in me. Wah, 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 wah. Never mind that until that point in time, Doc Rivers and the rest of the Sixers had loved him up, had publicly complimented him. He had made all-star games there. They don't love me enough. It's unfair. They don't trust me. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, that's Ben Simmons, who hypothetically today, by the 3 p.m. Eastern Time trade deadline, would be traded for James Harden, who now twice in less than 2 years is saying, I can't win here. I don't like it here. Wow, 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 wow. This coming on the heels of when he was in Oklahoma City and said, they don't give me enough touches. I'm a superstar, damn it. Wow, 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 wow. So if we have a James Harden for Ben Simmons swap, that would include one guy who feels like he can't trust his organization and the other guy who feels like he's just not happy in his organization. Wah, I'm not happy here. Even though for some reason he was happy last year. And remember, he was happy to escape Houston for Brooklyn. So happiness, I guess, is a day-to-day thing for James. Well, let's also add up the scorecard of the Brooklyn Nets, where Kevin Durant is out right now, but Kevin Durant feels like he's unfairly criticized because people don't give him enough credit. Wow, 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 wow. I'm a star. I'm a legend. I'm great. Yeah, but you kind of hopped onto the bandwagon with Golden State. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. Wow, wow, wow. And then there's Kyrie Irving, who, where to begin? I'm misunderstood. You don't understand me. You're not as smart as I am. I see things you guys don't see. And I can't win here. Wow, 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 wow. And I'm not moving off my spot. I don't care about team. It's about me. I don't want to get vaccinated, so I don't have to. And I'm not moving off that spot. It's not about team. This is about my life, about me. It's not about winning. It's about doing it on my terms. Me. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, this group of guys deserves their own reality TV show on an island far away from everybody else to just bicker and bellyache about all the bad things apparently that happened to them. LeBron's not perfect. But you know what I get out of LeBron? On his team, whatever team that is, LeBron's going to give me as much as he's got. From the day he left the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2010 and went to Miami, whether it's the Heat and his final season there, whether it's the Cavaliers and his final season there, 2.0, or now with a broken Lakers team, he's the only guy that in every game absolutely shows up, no questions asked. There's no mail it in. There's no I'm not happy, so I'm not playing. There's no fake injuries. When it is time to deliver, LeBron, who again is not a perfect guy, shows up, goes to work, and does absolutely everything he can to win that damn basketball game. Not to say he doesn't manipulate things behind the scenes, tell his franchise who to sign, who not to sign, but at least I know when there's a basketball game, LeBron has signed to the dotted line to show up for your team. And he's not forcing his way out midway through a season because I'm not happy here. Does he want to get Frank Vogel fired? Maybe. Does he not like this, that, or the other thing? Perhaps. Did he not like David Blatt? Sure. But ultimately, I know when LeBron suits up, that guy's giving me everything that he's got. Giannis. Giannis is on a franchise, on a team that hadn't won squat in 50 years. And certainly didn't seem like they had the requisite parts to win championships. And Giannis, it's not fake injuries. I'm not respected enough. I can't win here. I'm misunderstood. No. Giannis just goes to freaking work and elevates the people around him. Is it not extraordinarily obvious that Giannis is great, demands greatness around him, and helps those guys become great? Kyrie does not do that. James Harden most notably does not do that. Ben Simmons isn't cut that way. Now, I realize I'm talking about two of the greatest players of their generation, and LeBron and Giannis, and so those guys are the bar, and it's hard to reach that bar. But, I mean, this whole Sixers-Nets thing, specifically the Nets, I talked about this a few weeks ago. How emotionally needy are all of these people? I mean, it's one thing to date one person that's emotionally needy. The Nets have collected all of them. I mean, the Harden happiness thing is just amazing. James, what exactly is it that will make you happy? You weren't happy in Oklahoma City, and so you had to get out to be the man. And you went to Houston, and they cycled through every possible teammate to try to get you the right guy. And nothing worked. And then they wanted a reboot, and you said, I'm not happy here. And then you ended up in Brooklyn, and last year played remarkably well. A distributor, an assist guy, a perfect teammate and complement to what they were doing. And now suddenly it's, I'm not happy again. What exactly will it take to make you happy? Have you ever said this to somebody you were dating, you were married to, you were working with? Something that you just say, what is it that will make you happy? Why are you such a miserable putz all of the time? Have you ever just wanted to sit somebody down and go, what the hell is it going to do or be to make you happy? Because I can't figure it out. Why are you so miserable? What has the world done to you that makes you so salty and bitter and miserable all of the time? Let me just ask you, what is it that you want? And I would say to James Harden, what exactly is it? Because if you play at your highest level, you most certainly can help this team who's going to either have Kyrie at 50% of the games or 100 by the time the playoffs roll around, and Kevin Durant at some point back as the nucleus to win a championship that nobody else has. Whether Kyrie plays 100% or not of their games, they certainly have enough talent to win a championship. So is it you can only win on your terms? Is it waiting for Kyrie? Because if you want to just take the reins of the team right now, you can. If you want it to be your team, it can be your team. Because Kyrie's not playing home games and Kevin Durant's out, so this can actually be your team. And you'll have a chance to win as well. Do you want to be a passenger instead? Well, you have that option as well. But what happened between last year and this year? What is it that's going to make you happy? All these guys can take a long walk off a short pier. This happiness thing, this I'm not happy, I deserve to be happy, I'm not happy here, make me happy. I mean, just cool it. Simmons and Harden, you deserve one another. You deserve to be swapped for one another. Kyrie and Kevin Durant, just shut up for a minute. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just play basketball to the best of your God-given abilities. You have been given good situations. You have been given plenty of money. You've been given wonderful celebrity and platforms. And all it is that your employer is asking of you is to give them what you have been brought there for. Like I said about LeBron, I get it. Rubs a lot of people the wrong way. But his employer gets his very best for 82 games and the playoffs, no questions asked. The rest of these guys, I'm not happy. Shut up. Shut up. Just do your job. That's it. That's it. Do your job. That's it. Oh, these guys. Whereas you're a Nets fan, what has happened to James Harden? Last year, he seemed overwhelmingly happy about his situation in Brooklyn. And 1 year later, what happened? What changed?
And he was happy seemingly a month ago until Kevin Durant got hurt. I think what happened to me is James Harden went to the Nets because he was tired of being the guy in Houston. He wants all the money. He wants the accolades of being a star. He loves the MVP votes and attention. He loves the All-Star games. But ultimately, he wants to win a championship and doesn't want the pressure of being the guy. And with Kyrie not playing, and the moment Kevin Durant got hurt, and this was going to be a little bit of an extended absence, all the pressure and all the heat was on James Harden to be the guy, and that's not what he signed up for, and he wants to pout his way out of town.
But he only has to do that temporarily,
exactly,
right?
Which is crazy. There was none of these rumors or nothing until Durant got hurt, which shows that all signs point to that he can't handle that, and he's clearly frustrated by the idea that Kyrie Irving and the team's allowing Kyrie to be a part-time player, that he gets to play by different rules on the team. It's absurd. You can't have all the fame and all the star power and all of everything, and the moment your team faces a little adversity, you want out because that means all the focus is on you.
Right. What does he want is my question. What is his situation? Is it to demand Kyrie either gets vaccinated or doesn't play at all? Is that what he wants?
Yeah, I guess he probably assumes that Kyrie gets vaccinated. And I think there was some inklings, too, as well, that there were probably other players besides Kyrie Irving who had reservations about getting vaccinated that ultimately did so because the team told them they would not make Kyrie a part-time player.
Yeah.
And they went through with it because they didn't want to go by those rules. And then when the team needed Kyrie to be a part-time player, the Nets went back on their word. And I'm sure that maybe that angered a guy like James Harden, that Kyrie is playing by a different set of rules.
And I think he is. And I think that criticism is valid, that everybody was playing by the same idea of, even if I don't want to get vaxxed, I have to play. And then Kyrie got a second set of rules because the Nets needed him. And that's fair. But is this because Harden says it's me or Kyrie, and the Nets have to choose Kyrie because he's aligned with Kevin Durant?
No, because I think Kevin Durant would be aligned with Harden. Remember, Durant got Harden there. I think that it's him or Kyrie because they can't move Kyrie. I don't think anybody is trading for Kyrie right now the way that you would trade for James Harden. I think if the Nets really wanted to, but maybe there is some of that, where Kyrie was there first, and that's the reason Durant went to Brooklyn, because Kyrie was a Net fan. I guess that's possible, but ultimately I think Harden is more movable than Kyrie, and I also think it would make the Nets look really bad if now they decided to move Kyrie and not back in October when it seemed very clear he wasn't going to play full-time either.
It's amazing.
And remember, Harden is the free agent coming up as well, so there's a chance you wouldn't be able to sign him where Kyrie is under contract next year.
Right. That's exactly right. So basically, James Harden is saying, I'm not going to be here next season, so you might as well trade me now because you're not going to get anything for me when I leave anyway. And, and Russell Westbrook. Okay, Westbrook can be a hothead. Westbrook can be temperamental. But again, Westbrook doesn't suck because he's unhappy necessarily. He just sucks because the fit's bad and because he might not have good basketball left in him anymore. But at least he wants to play. He's upset he's not playing. He's annoyed he's not in there at the end of the games. Simmons and Harden and Kyrie and Durant to a certain degree, it's almost like, I don't want to play. I don't want to play. And it's like, what is going on there with all of these dudes?
Right. All of these guys will want to play when it's the playoffs again. They, quite frankly, do not care about the NBA regular season. Now, I can't say that about Ben Simmons in Philly in the playoffs because it feels like he really is done with the organization. But if the Nets don't move Harden is playing come the postseason to try to win a title. There's no doubt about it. He's not going to sink his stock lower.